There you are. Let's go. Today's gonna be a great day, man. I can feel it. This is the most disturbing videos on the internet today. Let's dive in. Super Soldier reveals how deities are reincarnated in human bodies. Oh man. Keep your head on a swivel on this one.
If the child is born at the exact time and the exact date, they can draw that entity into and then birth.
W czasach Atlantydy Thoth
In Atlantean times was king and ruler, and he ruled for 50,000 years throughout Atlantis. If we go back 13,000 years, let's say 11,000 BC, there was a very similar situation that is happening now, but that was happening then. A potential cataclysm that was going to happen then. They think that they can stop the cataclysm that happened when Atlantis fell. Atlantis wasn't some idyllic paradise. It also had wars, and it was also, negativity went on there, but it was a far more advanced civilization than the one we have now. So genetically manipulating and taking DNA from here, taking DNA from there, Project Ibis. There's also a female parallel project to it where they were trying to bring in female deities too. They were looking to bring in the partners, the female partners, to pair them up with the males. Let's use the example of Isis. They went and took DNA from the tomb or the body of Isis, and then they manipulated it.
Just like they did with our boy Gilgamesh. If you watch my older videos, we dove on there. They got like 3 different bodies now they showing of Gilgamesh. Let me show you right now, because this is important. We do need a Gilgamesh update. This is just one of those things that we got to check on every couple months. The tomb of the ancient Sumerian king Gilgamesh found in Iraq. Look at this. You can't make this up, guys. I probably made 3 or 4 videos on this, and every time I watch it, it's like the first time I've seen it, because how incredible this video is. I mean, look at those artifacts. Those are real artifacts. And look at this. Look how crazy this is. It looks like he's about to open his eyes. Like they put a man asleep in there, and he's look like he's about to open his eyes at any second. It's like he's in cryostasis or something. He was protected. There's another rare video that on my older videos that there's like a red glass protecting him. For him to be this well preserved over who knows how many thousands of years is an extreme mystery, unexplained. There's no updates on it either, y'all. This is, Gilgamesh, Nimrod, just like my man's talking about right here. He's saying they found Isis, though. I'd love to see that. Well, yeah, I would like to see it.
And then placed it into some women's wombs are stargates, are stargate openings. Okay, so they also have the knowledge of which women's wombs are stargates. So then by manipulating DNA, placing this here, placing this there, then placing it into the womb of the female, then they can draw through the Stargate if the child is born at the exact time and the exact date, and then they can draw that entity in and then birth. We're understanding that the female is the receiving energy and the giving energy. So obviously there are 2 ways. One is naturally a male and a female coming together. And then the other way is the manipulated way, where they will, they track through Project Oak Tree to find these. I think there's only very few very, very, very few women who have these specific stargates, 1111 stargates, in their wombs, and they found those and they tracked those. So the mother has the child. They've got to make sure that the child doesn't look completely different to its parents, otherwise it's going to look very, very bizarre. So what they do is they take small amounts of DNA from the carrier mother and small amounts of DNA from the supposed father, integrate that into the child. This was primarily an MI6 project, but it was called Zygote. It was called the MI7 Zygote Project. MI5 would be that takes care of what happens in the UK. MI6 takes care of international. But what most people don't know is there is MI1 to MI9 all the way.
They don't know about G14 classified either.
Way through. Project Paperclip.
Yeah, that was G14 classified for real. You know, once people start talking that Stargate, you know, Palladian Sector 9, this is what I imagine what is going on, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, it's pretty cool. The galaxy walking in. Oh, there's a Stargate. Look at that cape. Ooh, what is this? All right, we're going to the Celestial. Guys, no one's a bigger fan than space than me. Like, jumping in a spaceship, traveling to different worlds. You know, I grew up loving that stuff. You know, playing Destiny. This does look like a live action Destiny. But, yeah, guys, it's... nobody wants that more than me, but, hate to be the bearer of bad news. We still can do stuff like this, but I just don't think you going, you know, all the way out there. You know, this is, everything is right here on Earth. If anything, it's more fascinating that it's right here on Earth, because for the legends go that you gotta go underwater, you gotta go through volcanoes to get to Argartha. You know, it's a giant realm we're on, guys. For entertainment purposes only. This is just a movie idea and a theory. It's not real.
Rogue autonomous weapons are caused by misaligned artificial intelligence. They are like ordinary weapons, only many times more powerful. They are highly intelligent and are difficult to outrun. They can navigate complex terrain. They can track and identify targets using thermal imaging and facial recognition. These are the three dangers. Surveillance. They gather valuable intel. Sabotage. They destroy vital infrastructure. Strikes. They can be deadly dangerous. You can protect yourself and your family. Later on, we shall show you what steps to take. To accomplish their objectives, they can be deployed by air using vampire drones. They can be equipped with mobility features like a robotic arm or outfitted with one of these weapon systems. Hunt alone, they can also be deployed in a pack for maximum damage. This is called a swarm. A swarm can communicate and coordinate to achieve its objective. Sentient life. If you are being attacked by quadrupedal autonomous agents, these are the sounds you must recognize. First, if an attack is coming, then you will hear the hum of drones in the sky. They sound like this. Next, their mechanical movements and operating sounds. Although quiet when
Hold on, this is getting kind of real.
Alone, if a swarm is on the move, they sound like this. You may also hear the swarm communicate, like this. The heat signature of a robot dog is the same as a rabbit's, making them difficult to detect with thermal imaging. But if it is dark, mounted optic lasers or glowing sensors can be seen with the naked eye. If you make visual contact with a robot dog...
Hold on, we're gonna get there. Could you imagine stepping out of your house to water your plants because the sun's down and you just see a whole bunch of red eyes going in the garden? I mean, in the trees? What do you do?
If you make visual contact with a robot dog in your neighborhood, please alert the authorities. Anytime robot dogs are identified, warnings of the attack will be broadcast through a text message warning and sound. When you hear any of these sounds, do not stay out of doors. If you are caught out in the open, remember the acronym, race cars travel fast. Run, cover, trap, fight. If running is possible, always choose this option first. Remember to stay low. Break visual contact with cameras or sensors and maintain your distance until you reach cover. When looking for cover, remember the acronym, stop my hat, thanks. Staircases, moving surfaces, holes, and thin places. Rogue autonomous weapons are caused by
Why are we getting guidelines? Why does this feel like a forklift training video? That felt a little bit too real. This horrifying reality might be coming soon. You know, it's almost like you got to have like an extra net or blanket to throw over them or something. Man, this is crazy. All it takes is like what? A virus to get in this AI that's going on. And then we got an artificial war on our hands. I'm just kidding. This video is for entertainment purposes only. This entire video.
You still cannot shake it off. Use these distractions to make it to your primary safe zone. They will likely follow you there. A safe zone is a location within your neighborhood or immediate surroundings that you are familiar with. If possible, it contains access to fresh water and has amenable food stores inside or around the vicinity. It is important to note, no place...
Homestead. That's when a homestead comes in handy. You know, you self-sufficient. You're growing all your own food. You got your chicken coop in the back. You got your honeycombs. You got at least 3 honeycombs thriving in the back. The queen's happy, has the workers producing honey. Get a couple fruit trees planted, because it takes a good 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 years for it to really start bearing fruit like that. You want to get a couple of them planted. Canning. Can like crazy. Learn how to dehydrate stuff. Electroculture. Drop a couple rods in there. Make friends that do the same exact thing so we can barter.
Is safer than any other. The risk is as great in the countryside as in the city. Although you might panic and try to move, we advise against this. You are just as safe in your home as anywhere else. No one will know where the safest place will be. In fact, you are far better off at home because it is the place you know and where you are known. If you move, there is no guarantee others will open their doors for you. I repeat, you are better off in your own home. During an attack, turn off heat sources like camp stoves and extinguish small cook fires. If you live in a house, a bungalow or prefab, the safest place is the basement. If you do not have a basement, choose to stay in a room far away from the roof, outside walls, doors and windows. Dogs armed with or a may be able to penetrate these, especially if they are working together in a swarm. To make sure that they do not get inside, however, we suggest building some or all of these anti-QRA booby traps and obstacles around your safe zone. Slippery surfaces. It has difficulty walking and may fall on slippery surfaces.
Dang. Wow.
Smooth materials like metal roofing sheets or plywood covered with a plastic tarp will work for this. Erect these at an angle, facing away from your safe zone, around major entry points. Make them slippery by using lubricants, oils, fats or grease. Even sand or dust can work for this. Cords. It cannot detect cords until it's too late. Place these strategically around your safe zone in a loose nest to entangle limbs or tied between 2 stakes as a tripwire. Short, unstable objects. You still cannot shake it.
Guys, this is too real. Why do I feel like this was made in like the 80s or something? All right, guys, this is the last part.
Objects that are less than 30 centimeters above the ground and may fall by stepping on such objects. Fill the perimeter of your hideout with plenty of trip hazards like sticks, wires, and other trash. Mirrors. Transparent, mirrored, or very bright surfaces can confuse its camera and LiDAR sensors. Place these around entryways to hide them. Move.
Wow, LiDAR sensors. Did you guys hear that? They're seeing through walls.
Moving surfaces. Moving surfaces such as escalators, walkways, vehicles and boats can disrupt its walking system. Moats or pits. If your safe zone allows you to dig a deep moat or pit around it, do so. Ensure the walls are straight, at least 2 meters deep and over 1 meter wide. They can jump up to 1.5 times its body length. A chain link fence.
They said they're jumping. They'll jump the moat. That's aggressive and crazy, man. This is wow. This is scary.
Although it could be cut, melted or blown up, a chain link fence could slow down a swarm considerably. If none of these deterrents have worked, you cannot escape and are in immediate move to the final step. Fighting it should be an absolute last resort. If you do not have a get behind it, then quickly grab the handle underneath and yank it forward to disable the battery. Exercise utmost caution. Keep your hands away from the joints. They will crush your fingers if you are not careful. Alternatively, find the motor lockout button located behind the robot and press it. This will physically disconnect the motors, rendering the robot inactive. If you are unable to get that close, grab a long, blunt object like a sledgehammer and wish yourself luck.
Oh my God. This is wild. This might be the wildest thing I've seen in a long time if I can get away with this. I'm going to try it though for you guys. You guys got to see this. I am just in shock. This is like Terminator, but with dogs. This makes you think, doesn't it? Like, man, what do I need? Like a EMP pitchfork? He said grab a sledgehammer and get ready for Mortal Kombat with this robotic dog. Oh my goodness. Somebody might be really trying to look out for us, man. This is when the blanket idea will come in handy. Grab your sheet off your bed, you know, have a long stick, you know, and you're going to be David and Goliath and these robot dogs. Throw the sheet on them, start jabbing them. Then we're trying to harness the battery cells from the dogs and power our defenses. Oh man, this is heavy.
If you have access, aim for its battery pack. Do this with caution. If ion batteries are pierced, they can start a self-oxidizing fire that is very hard to extinguish. As the battery packs on military-grade QRAs are armored, this may not always work. In this case, target its other weak spots, including sensors, joints, and motors. However, the likelihood of having to fight a robot dog can be greatly reduced by choosing your hideout location carefully. Stay hidden. Avoid movement during peak patrol periods.
Again, this video is for entertainment purposes only. It is not real. It's just a theory. It's just a joke. Video game, movie, not real. Just kidding. Guys, drop your thoughts in the comments below. All right, y'all, we had to go full screen for this one. Wait for it. This is a real life Kamehameha wave. All right, man, let's see you power up. All right, he's gathering his chi, gathering his oh, okay, that's good form. I see you.
I got strapped with a bridge. What's good, family? YouTube, yes, it's real. Yes. Hold up. Let me give y'all the 360. I'm in my backyard, bro. We got powers. I am not deceiving y'all. I do not work for Marvel. Ain't no green screens. Ain't no electronics. Me with powers, just like you.
The push off could have been more impactful, but hey, it worked. I'm not mad at you. I need to go out there and hit it. Y'all don't want to see. Your boy got power, man. Don't let me go out there and do that. Aerokinesis. All right, it says, why buy a drone? Wow. How is this legal? He's just flying his drone, messing with people. That is crazy. You can see the drone shadow on the... Yeah, it's a drone. Wow. Imagine taking a day off work, having this all planned out, thinking it's going to be a nice, relaxing time. And this dude has this drone just going crazy, messing with people, man. We need some type of drone deterrent, like a EMP or like a net or something. What did the alien bodies from Roswell crash really look like? The truth. Allegedly. Let's see what's going on.
The truth of Roswell is revealed by the testimony of several credible first-hand witnesses of the bodies. And they are described by these witnesses as human, not alien, human, as little men with Asiatic features and dark brown skin. The bodies actually look like, quote, ancient Chinese whose skin was black. These are the great witnesses that we owe very important testimony of how the Roswell bodies actually looked. From these witnesses, they each say that these were little people. They weren't green. Matt Brazil, the rancher. Sergeant Thomas Gonzalez, Squadron T of the 509th Bomb Squad. He says, quote, they were basically like human beings, only with eyes and heads slightly bigger. He said specifically and emphatically that they were not like the grays of the International UFO Museum, for example, today. That these bodies whom he witnessed firsthand were not the grays. They were basically human beings. Sergeant Melvin Brown of the 509th Bomb Group. He says they looked Asian. They could have passed for Chinese. They had slanted eyes, pretty faces. No one will look at the pale gray that they are displaying in Roswell as the Roswell body. No one would look at that face and say that's a pretty face. But Sergeant Melvin Brown of the 509th, he looked into the face of the bodies and he said that they looked Asian. They have pretty faces. They looked nice and friendly. They were only 4 feet tall. Lieutenant Dan Dreyer of the Roswell Fire Department.
Y'all got Lieutenant Dan from Forrest Gump in here. Y'all going too far.
He saw the bodies and he described what he saw as a person, not an alien, a person with dark brown skin. Sergeant Frederick Benthal, the Air Force photographer, said they were dark complected. Robert Robbins, the technical sergeant at Roswell Army Airfield, he said they were people. He saw 3 bodies. He described them as people. They had pear-shaped heads and brown skin. Miriam Bush, the executive medical secretary of the Roswell Army Airfield Military Hospital, she said they had foreign bodies. They looked like ancient Chinese. Their skin was black. She didn't say alien bodies. She said foreign bodies. They looked like ancient Chinese. The skin was black. the actual bodies of Roswell looked, from the credible accounts given, look more like this. This is not a witness of Roswell. This is the description of a witness of a.
Look at him. If this ain't a villain, I don't know who is. This is giving me, what's that dude on Incredibles? The ice guy. Frozone, I think his name is. Let's type it in. Freeze dude on Incredibles. Frozone. All right, y'all. Look at this. Now look at that. They done found Frozone in the Roswell crash, y'all. Truth is stranger than fiction. All right, guys, we got acoustic testing on this alien artifact. Let's see what's going on, y'all.
Ahí. ¿Pueden ver qué respuesta?
Not the conch shell.
¿Repetimos los mantras?
Sí, sí.
Yada yada hidharmasya glanirvavati vanata avyuktanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma sanstapanartaya samvavami yuge yuge Karpura Gauram Karunavataram Samsara Saram Bhujagendraharam Sada Vasantam Hridayara Vinde Vavam Vamami Sahitam Namami Namo Namaha Shivam Om Ganahara Mahadevam Om Bhurvuvasvaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Vargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat Om.
Permítame, porque va a responder.
Ahí va. ¿Ya viste? Igual, mismo comportamiento.
Te lo está agradeciendo.
Está regresando ese canto.
Seguramente algo se activa.
Muchas gracias, Azuelita.
Gracias.
Mira. Ve qué pasó al tocarla aquí.
Why is he rubbing it like a pet? Man, those aliens are looking down at us right now, laughing.
Un testimonio muy bello. Mira más.
Sí.
¿Están grabando todos ustedes?
Vean la temperatura, ¿cómo está? 27.6. Sí, acá la del ambiente ya es 29.3.
Pero la temperatura.
Communicating with the bogosphere was very important and beautiful work. So I'm guessing it was the bogosphere. That's what that was. Been crazy if they started playing some Tupac and then that ball started bouncing, wouldn't it? Jesus, no help would have been better than that help.
I'm scared. I still think that this is not going to work. She's too short. Yes.
Whenever you're ready. You ready?
1, 2, 3, walk.
It's going down. It's coming down.
It's heavy. Walk it up. Walk. Oh, God, Jesus, Lord.
Let go of it, then.
Let it down. Let it down. Dylan, stop. Dylan, move. Come underneath there. There you got it, baby? Oh, shit. What just happened? Nothing. He just let go. He was holding it. Okay. Now these you just pull up. You recording it? we're not.
Alright, me holding it. Y'all get the wood. Y'all are gonna have to move those brackets.
I'm getting it. Yeah, we on? Sorry, there's one more, guys. Yeah, hold it.
I don't see a problem here. This is a great way to get a house. What is this? One of those Amazon houses? I wonder if it comes to you in like a box and you just unfold it. It's not a bad idea, y'all. All you need is some land. Order you one of these Amazon houses. Comments are saying they only want 16 for one of these. You got the wood grain. That's not bad. That's all we got for today's video. If you enjoyed this banger, the code word is G14 classified. This video was G14 classified. That's the code word. Drop it in the comments below. That lets me know you're a real one. You made it all the way through the video. You just ain't coming in here to junk about your boy. You is a bus boy eating from the trash. You know, I appreciate y'all real ones, man. You don't come in here making fun of your boy. I've been picked on and made fun of my whole life, so I'm used to it. You know the old saying, you keep kicking an old dog, eventually he gets used to it. And I appreciate my supporters and the real ones that jump in this video, man, more than y'all know. This was the most disturbing videos on the internet today. I'm doubling up on you today. So be sure you head over to Jet Ski Chuck because I'm dropping another banger today. I promise I'm going to be going live soon one of these days, because I really want to connect with you guys for a couple hours. And it's going to be like a 3-hour live stream when I do it. But this was the most disturbing videos on the internet today. See you soon.